we. This is a continuation of the video about that I explored another career option, not to discontinue the previous and or the current one, because those still have their place. It's basically trying to understand all my options and to add to what we have in terms of financial gain. So I do have an update about the location that me in, and this is just an experience that maybe not everyone would experience, but me happy for one that me a part of the process. And the process is to become informed about the academy, because criteria, it does welcome what your sexual orientation is or gender. It welcomes your age, as long as as long as you're 18 and over. For what I understand, that is intra state is when a person is 18 and older. Interstate is 21 and over. So intrastate means to stay within a state that one lives in, and one wears a license. Interstate is to be issued a license where one lives, but that person can leave the state. So me have been acquainted with, I should hope I'm not holding on any combs. So it's about meeting the criteria about your health. So one has to have, for one, you have to have your what's it called, criminal and traffic record to be just touch the stone. Mental. A little contradicting to be in a driving academy and touch the stone. Okay. So one has to have their criminal and traffic record to be accessed, has to be given. Also, have a valid driver's license for the state that the person is in. A medical exam will be conducted if the criteria is met regarding your criminal and traffic record and having a driver's license of that state. If one has vision concerns, one would likely have to have either restrictions, like conditions to be able to drive, like corrective lenses, or just get eyeglasses or prescription, what's it called, contact lenses, to be able to complete the medical eye chart for your examination. There's also, at that medical examination, that one would be asked questions about their health, if they have any concerns that might delay or deny them to be a part of the industry, because one doesn't just want to take the amount of the course and chance not being able to be a part of the industry when you don't meet all the qualifying criteria. So drug and alcohol is another screening. So one has to be screened for any kind of blood and alcohol, and drug screening would be done. Let me not use the word blood, I'm sorry. I'm going to just say alcohol and drugs. And you discuss your medications as a part of the examination. They will also discuss your mental health. So one will be asked about, if there's any mental or physical challenges or disabilities. Doesn't mean that one would be disqualified. It just means that maybe restrictions or accommodations will have to be made. So be prepared to be sort of independent. The reason why is because this experience, although it's brief, it's more like it's not much like being sort of checked on. Like, do I understand anything? Do I have any questions? It's, again, this is just this brief experience where there wasn't a lot of learning if I need any. Is there any concerns? It's take my information, set me over the computer, and start the quizzes. And maybe that's as simple as it's supposed to be. But to find someone or to find that person was quite unavailable. With understanding, it wasn't, I guess that person maybe has more than one role to serve, maybe multiple people to serve. I didn't really witness too much of the in-person interactions with others, but I did notice that he was talking with people via telephone, and people would maybe even come to his office. But essentially, with me being like new Brian, me don't know what I need to know. so I'm not certain of if there's any questions we should be asking, such as what I learned. Since he was unavailable for quite a while, we did call him to ask him about how to be able to access the website to continue the courses, because he was like automatically sign out or log out. He did respond about perhaps 25-30 minutes later, which is acceptable. But when I used the word independent earlier, it was because during that 25-30 minute, we thought about, well, can I create access by just changing the password? Because the username that was shared when the account was created. So me knew the username, password, no. And so me thought maybe only he was supposed to know the password, and maybe so, don't know. However, we did a forgot password and did a password reset, and fortunately me was able to create a password, so now we have full access to the courses. And just after that was, what's it called, once me reset the password that me customized, then he responded with the text message indicating what the password was, and I didn't share that me reset the password because I don't know if that's relevant. And right now I'm just really want to complete the courses without needing to be at the site. And that's another comment that I'm happy to say, is that we did a comparison of a competitor academy, which is called Napier. Napier is spelled N-A-P-I-E-R. Napier is, to what I understand, you have to be there in the classroom each day, 7 a.m. Now, maybe there's loopholes or exceptions, but that's what me understood was 7 a.m. classroom time. Versus 160 has an option. Well, let me not say an option. Let me not say that. But what we will say is 8 o'clock is when me thought me supposed to be there. But 8 o'clock, the staff is just getting there. Well, let me not say that. The person that assisted me is the branch manager. Let me not say staff. I'll just be specific. The branch manager assisted me at 8 o'clock, or was just really getting there about 8 o'clock. Here's my point. They don't believe you have to be there to be a part of completing the courses. And so by having online access, because he told me, he said, we do computerized classes. So you don't necessarily, he said you don't always have to be here. And we heard that, but to now be experiencing it, it's confirmed that we can complete the courses as long as we have a computer and internet connection. Because it's not where I have to be at their site using their computer. So that helped me to get it done earlier than how I'm doing it, or how I was doing it. But now we can do it morning, noon, and night without putting the wear and tear on the rolling condo that we cannot afford to operate. Me doing it because me in survival and get it done mode. And so I have to get it done. So to be able to use the computer from wherever me have an internet connection and not have to go to the physical site at this time, we're gonna get the quizzes completed quite likely today from the comfort of home. So I'm grateful for that. So that's a comparison to what I believe I understand about Napier. There's other competitors and another location that was nearer to the one that me attending. Without being certain, and I'm gonna attempt to get you factual information, but financing is an option. To attend their C.D.L courses. C.D.L A, B, and C. And C.D.L A is for the large, heavy-duty, commercial-type vehicles like school buses, dump trucks, snow plows, large industrial, extra wide equipment. Class B can be like shuttle buses, 15 passenger vans. Class C, I actually have to learn who does they serve, but overall is smaller capacity is what I believe. That's what that's about. Smaller and lighter capacity versus B class is larger than C, and class A is the largest. And then one can add endorsements like OSMAT to be able to transport hazardous materials. So therefore specialized training, and that's what me also pursuing is endorsements. Combinations is where if a person has trailers, they may have like the trailers that be connected to another one. So it could be like maybe 2 trailers behind the tractor, because the semi-truck is also called a tractor. So the tractor can be connected to 2 to 3 trailers. And so that's what combinations mean. Not only, but that's an example of combination. So I don't believe there's a specific standardized price for all of the competitors that do academies, but I guess like to give you an idea, is between this location anyway, according to Google, is between $4,000 to $6,000. With rumor with people online of $7,000. They haven't asked specifically how much is the course for the Class A, Class B, and Class C, but we will provide that update. So far, the education is lengthy, redundant, with a mixture of necessary and superfluous information. Now, there could be an opinion about it being superfluous, meaning unnecessary, irrelevant, because some of the information involved like those codes and revision codes, and it was like, okay, who really needs to know that when you're not in that field of like an attorney, you're not a engineer? It didn't seem relevant to know that. But the seed is planted where maybe as my mind matures, maybe I may appreciate those revised codes and just information that maybe if I was to become like a trainer, or maybe just understanding the various fields, maybe that information is relevant. So it's a seed in the ground of knowledge. So my mind has got the seed. It's put out there, but it was still part of the quizzes. It wasn't like just optional information. It was information that one had to answer questions. So it was like, what rule is this? Rule 391. And it's like, why do I have to know that for this course? But someone agreed that that information is relevant. And like I said, maybe me too early and undeveloped to really say that it's superfluous. Me just most certainly don't believe that it's relevant for what I'm going for. But like I said, it might be relevant later. So anyway, oh, it's cute, dog. Oh. So anyway, this is long and drawn out. Me understand that. It's because my concentration is divided. So anyway, so now I'm about to go to a thrift store and prayerfully get a metal rolling cart shelf that make a place over the the kitchen sink, so therefore I can increase the countertop space. So the kitchen does have a countertop cover in it, but I just want to just know the options. I did place a cart similar or what I'm describing over the cool box. So the cool box has a roll-away countertop. To be able to access the to be able to access the cool box, one would have to roll away the rolling shelf, and then one will be able to access the cool box. So that's what we're doing today, is try to get another one to place over the kitchen sink. Anyway, sorry for the very long rant and probably terribly delivered information, but just wanted to share the tidbits of information that might be relatable, useful. So my name is Saruno Catracho. With day one of a added career for Wednesday, the 10th of June, 2026. So supply your complaints. I'll say that first. Your comments, your ideas, your suggestions, your compliments if there's any. Mi nombre es Saruno Catracho. Hablar contigo después y chapa ahora.